Welcome to Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman, where we celebrate the joy in just being you. I'm Natasha, your certified sex and intimacy coach and clinical sexologist. Just call me your guide to unlocking pleasure. With years of experience in helping individuals embrace pleasure beyond sex, I'm here to empower you to rediscover the beauty of pleasure in every aspect of life. So settle in, relax, and get ready to savor the wisdom and insights we're about to drop. This is your space to be present, learn, and enjoy the show. Hello, and happy holidays. Welcome to another episode of Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman. I am so happy to be bringing you this episode in the midst of us ending out 2023. And I think this is going to be an episode that you need to hear. You probably didn't know you needed to hear it, but it's one that you need to hear. So sit back, relax, and take in all the information. And don't feel the need to do anything with it right now. I just want you to sit with what I'm telling you, reflect, be curious, and then maybe after 24 hours, then make a move, okay? For those of you that have been listening from the beginning, hey, thank you for being an OG. I appreciate you being here. And if you are newer to Owning the Pleasure as a Black Woman podcast, I welcome you. Sit down, stay for a while, and make sure that you check out some of the old episodes because they've got gems in them, okay? Now, before we get into our topic, just drop something. Before we get into our topic for today, I do want to direct you and invite you over to my private podcast, Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman XXX. Over there, it is a little bit more cheer, a little bit more explicit, a little bit more of that information that you want to know. You just don't want no one to know that you want to know. And I'm here to give you all the tea, all the information, and answer any questions that you may have in a secure, intimate space. This is Patreon, and it is not Googleable because it is adult content. Okay, so you definitely have to click the link in the show notes in order to get over there. So what are you getting in my Patreon, Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman XXX? You are getting daily podcast episodes. They're really quick pleasure tips, Monday through Friday. You're getting a monthly position of the month so that you can try something or just have candid conversation about it. And we're also going through the treasure chest. So each month I'm going to give you a review on some type of toy, instrument, lube, something of that nature that is adult in content. Okay. So if that is something that you're interested in, you're curious about, or you just want to have access to that type of information, head to the link in the show notes, sign up. Love to see you over there. Right. Now, today's topic is about ending the new year on a rest note. Everywhere that you look, you're probably seeing posts and blogs, and there are probably some podcast episodes out here telling you, go, you have less than 30 days left in the year, push, your goals need you. And I know that I used to get sucked up into that energy of, oh my God, what is left on my, whether it's a vision board or a vision something, what else is left? What haven't I completed? Let me really reel it in so that I can finish. And this year, I want to let you know that you don't have to go harder. You have done enough. If you don't do another thing between now and January 1st, you have done more than enough. You are successful. You are accomplished. And there's so much to celebrate, even if you don't do anything else. This goes back to the idea that we constantly need to be producing. We constantly need to be checking off things on our list. And if you've been here for a while, you know, I have multiple episodes that speak to honoring ourselves without having to be productive and where that comes from. Why Black women feel the need to be so productive. Because at one point we didn't have a choice. And while we may feel like we don't have a choice right now, we definitely do. And now is the season to honor rest, to honor reflection, to honor celebrating yourself for what you have accomplished, because I'm pretty sure that you have done some amazing things and just kept on moving to the next thing. And I know you do that because I've done it. There is nothing too big or too small to celebrate. And I know there is probably a lot of little things that you've overlooked and dismissed them as small that you should be celebrating. Okay. Now, I know you hear me saying, don't do that, don't do that. But let me tell you why. Let me back up the reason why. You are probably already burnt out. And I want you to really sit with it, be honest. I'm not going to hear you. No one's going to hear the honest answer that you give yourself, but you're probably already burnt out. You're probably tired, exhausted, irritable, probably not putting in 100% of what you could be because you're tired. You've been pushing yourself all year, right? The constant hustle without taking any breaks, the constant need to go in a certain direction without stopping to see if that's really the direction that you want to go in anymore. Maybe you need to pivot without recognizing and celebrating the achievements. You're going to burn out. And it's not a if I shut down and if I no, it's about when. There will be one thing in this last sprint that sets you off or sets you back, and you will crumble. You will crumble, or somebody will get the worst parts of you, and now you will have to pick up the pieces going into the new year. And that's not how I want you to go into the new year. I would like you to acknowledge that you are probably burnt out now, and we don't want to push that any further by following societal's hustle culture. And just sit down, relax, reflect. What do you want right now? What is your well-being calling for right now? Your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotions. What are you needing right now? What is the woman that is not productive needing? Does she need a hug? Does she need sleep? Does she need to go outside and go for a walk? Does she need more time with her family? Like, what does she need? Not the highly successful, high achieving you that can do it all. Talking about the you that sometimes, I won't even say sometimes, majority of the time you don't acknowledge. Okay. Another reason why I don't want you to push for this hustle hard to the new year is it's time to create some type of balance. Now, I have a new sense of thought when we talk about work-life balance. I do not believe that you can 100% have work-life balance, but I do believe that you can find certain things to focus on and balance those out and then just shift things out. There's so many elements to our lives, and there's so many more elements than working. There's your personal development. There's your self-care. There's your family, there's your friends, there's your hobbies, right? So there's so many other elements that you could be focusing on right now instead of sprinting to make more money or getting more clients or excelling for the external validation of those watching you. This isn't about them. And this is a habit that you should start picking up now so that you can take it into the new year. About how can I have a life that is not always about me hustling for the next thing? How can I incorporate more breaks into my day, into my life, into my month, into my year? Because I know some of y'all, those that are probably working in corporate, you probably haven't used your PTO. And those of you that are business owners, you probably have been going hard, especially if you just got off of a Black Friday sale, like going in. Okay. And let's just let's just challenge this societal expectation that Black women need to constantly be producing and constantly going and constantly showing up for everyone but herself. Right? This idea that you have to constantly strive for more, the next best thing, the next dollar amount to beat the next person. It is harmful. Not only is it harmful, you create these unrealistic expectations of yourself that takes you away from genuinely living. And again, the expectation is this balance. That's what the expectation should be. That I am allowed to be, that I am important. The things that I've already accomplished are important. I should celebrate me at this time of the year. Not only should I celebrate, I should spend it with people doing things that are fun, that bring out my inner child. So those are just 3 reasons why you should pull back from the hustle culture. But I'm not just going to leave you in the dark of like, well, Natasha, what the hell am I supposed to be doing? I'm going to replace it with some things that you could be doing. Okay. And these things, they're not exhaustive. There's so many other things that you could be doing, but this is a starting point for you. Okay. We've already talked about it. Like, reflect on what you've already done. Reflect on your achievements. I actually have, I was in a coaching program, one of the first coaching programs that I ever was in before I started my business. And she gave me a list, and I do it with some of my clients as well. And she said, write down 100 accomplishments that you've made in your lifetime. And I was like, 100? And she was like, yes, 100. Nothing too big, nothing too small. And I filled out that list. And ever since I saw that, I still have the list and I look at it from time to time just to remind myself of, gosh, like I have been killing it. And when I started my business, I started a running list of achievements. I keep a client love notes folder so that I can go back and see that I've already done a lot. I've accomplished so much, and that's what I want you to do. Maybe it's not 100 because that may seem overwhelming for you. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 20. Maybe it's 50. But reflect on the things that you achieved over the year. Acknowledge your success. You are successful. I promise you, you are successful. And let's not look at it from the lens of what society or these gurus, these people in high places tell us success looks like. Celebrate your progress. You may not be where you want to be, but I promise you, you're not where you were. Okay, so reflect on your achievements. That's 1. Gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. It's really hard to get to the next step when you're not happy with what you've already got and what you've already done. So that sense of gratitude helps you acknowledge the positive areas of your life. It's real easy to think about the negative things. I don't want you to focus on the negative things. Are negative things there? Yes. Do I want you to ruminate on them? No. Maybe you create a gratitude journal. Maybe just at night before you go to sleep, you just think of 3 things that you're grateful for. Maybe you share this with your partner. Maybe it's friends. Like, okay, let's just text each other 3 things that we're grateful for every night to get into the habit. What you'll find is you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. Self-care. 3 is self-care. Let this be, if you don't prioritize self-care at all, which, again, if you're an OG, you know that I stress self-care, not just in the sense of spending money on yourself, but taking time for yourself. Add self-care into the schedule now, more than you usually would, to recharge and rejuvenate. Okay, this can be a meditation. I did a whole episode on sound healing with Amber in season 2. Season 2. sound healing, reading, spending time with people that you actually like, that make you happy, that make you laugh, that bring out the best parts of you. That's self-care. And you can also throw in some spa days, some retail therapy if it's in there, like if it fits. Don't stress yourself out. Some travel. Okay. And then I'm going to throw a bonus. I was just going to give you three, but I'm going to throw in a bonus. Okay. And this one could make something shake for you. Okay. Because I've done it. A digital detox. Disconnect from social media. Disconnect from technology for a certain amount of time. When I tell you the clarity, the clearness that you are able to have when you just step away from all the things. Now, for me, I really went in. Okay, so I got off social media. I stopped reading nonfiction books, anything that had to do with development and success and all those things that were telling me go, 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 go. I stopped. I dropped everything and just focused on the bare minimum and things that I enjoyed. And the ability to hear myself when I limited the noise. I'm telling you, it's life-changing to hear you, because there's so much noise, there's so much distraction that you think that you're reflecting on yourself and you think that your thoughts are yours, but you're so heavily influenced by everything that you're consuming. 9 times out of 10, it's not you. It's not you. Even listening to this right now, this is a form of me influencing you to move in a different direction, to try something different, like to put yourself as the main focus. Now, everyone's influence isn't the greatest. Everyone's influence isn't pointing you in a better direction than you are. But when you step away from everything and you recognize your voice, you hear yourself, or some of you may be more religious, or let's say, like spiritual. So you're like, I can't hear God's voice, or I can't hear my ancestors, or I can't hear the universe, like source. I can't hear it because it's so much noise. It's so much noise. So maybe from now until the new year, you limit what you consume to the bare necessity and see what happens. Just see what happens. Everyone's experience is going to be different, but I encourage you to try it. So try those things out. Definitely let me know. I'm going to leave a Q&A for you if you are on Spotify. If you're not on Spotify and you're on Apple, definitely shoot me an email. My email is in the show notes, hello@chantelandco.com, and let me know how this worked for you. Let me know if you're going to do it. Let me know if you feel resistance. Let me know let me know your thoughts. Even if you don't do anything with it, what came up for you when you were listening to this episode? What was your body doing? What was your mind telling you? I'm curious. I would love to know. So, before I end this particular episode, I would like to read you a letter. This letter is for you. Receive it how you receive it, and take it into the rest of your day or evening, whenever you're listening to this. Please make sure you rate and review this podcast. I was able to look at my Wrapped, and y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing with sharing this. Y'all are amazing with rating. I definitely want this to be shared and to be one of the go-to podcasts for Black women going into 2024. That is my goal. That is my dream. So I would love for you to help me accomplish that by just sharing, whether it's this episode, the whole podcast, another episode that you think someone would enjoy or needs in this moment. Please share. Okay? All right, so let me read the letter. So I just want you to sit, close your eyes, and listen to my voice. Dear Black women, you are a force of nature, a masterpiece in progress, and you are enough just as you are. Your worth is not measured by the number of goals achieved or the check boxes filled. If you choose rest over hustle, or if a goal remains unmet, know that it doesn't diminish your value. Your worth is intrinsic, not determined by societal expectations or productivity metrics. You are deserving of celebration for simply being authentically you. Embrace the beauty of your journey, the strength in your resilience, and the wisdom gained through every experience. Take the time you need for self-care, reflection, and joy. Your well-being matters. Remember, your value is not contingent on perpetual productivity. You are a beacon of light, and your presence alone is a gift to this world. Celebrate yourself, honor your journey, and know that you are cherished and worthy of love and appreciation, just as you are. With love and admiration, Natasha. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing community. And until next time, remember to prioritize your pleasure because you are deserving. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman. And I hope today's conversation has inspired you to embrace pleasure in all aspects of your life. Remember, your voice matters in this journey. Share your thoughts and experiences by leaving a review and stay connected with our community by joining our email list. The link is in the show notes. Together, we're redefining what it means to savor life and celebrate the joy in just being you. Until next time, keep prioritizing your pleasure because you are deserving. Take care and stay tuned for more empowering discussions. Bye.